Alright, and we're back. We're gonna see how this story continues.
They were both pretty intense.
That is pretty cool. I wasn't done exploring the bedroom. What the hell are you doing?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is perfect.
Shooting is perfect.
It's
Said shooting is perfect. So I cut it off midway. That's funny. Alright. Sorry about that.
Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm taking a photo of. I can only move the camera. Oh, hell. Oh, no. What am I taking a photo of? I don't think it's the canoe. I don't think there's anything in the water. Oh boy. Am I just taking photos for the sake of taking photos? Oh no. Yeah, Picture Sim 2019, that's perfect. Oh boy. Apparently taking photos for the sake of photos is not a good idea. Can I, like, exit this? Unless I'm looking for...
should not have drunk all that coffee.
Well. Yeah,
Hold
perfect
still.
photo.
That's a keeper.
Picture Sim 2019.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always
That's funny.
serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture
Oh
of you.
boy. Alright, where are you?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus
Where
on
are
the
you
target.
shooting? It's probably somewhere in the scenery. I can't find it.
Let me get behind you.
do I have to do this?
Yeah, it
Don,
was behind
you
the
don't
tree.
have to do anything. But if you want to survive... Great shot, Don!
Selfie.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
The hell?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Family memories are so beautiful.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sounded like Michael Myers again.
Instead
Alright,
of hiding from death,
see.
Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Well, he found it. Ex-soldier. Probably. Some kind of military. A ranger. Airplane tickets? Well, I guess it's time to go in the hidey hole.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
That's terrifying. Look at that face. Oh, God. Ooh, divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Okay, yeah, that's a little weird. Die, duck!
Let's hand over Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
The duck
I
bubbles?
wonder what he saw. What his world was like.
Oh no, it's 5 against 1.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
What? Make it out of the tub! Be free!
It sure made him happy.
What? I don't know what's going on. Guess I'll flip it over. Oh, great. I feel like he's going to, like, turn on the bath handle by accident and drown himself.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
He was a year old. That face still scares me. Well,
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
ooh,
Make him cry.
a wedding. Well, not gonna argue. What in the world is happening? This is how kites fly! They bang into everything first. Okay.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
The tent. You got carried off by the wind, didn't you, kid? Okay.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Get it! Well.
The thunder sounded much
boy.
too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was,
Take it all.
make the music louder.
Oh, man. Oh, I can 360? Never mind. Well, I tried. Pick up all the chairs. Ow.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach
I love the
alone,
artwork of that.
just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Well, I take it that was the kite flying
My
simulator?
mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Oh boy.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
I love how unique this house is.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
What? No?
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Why does it look like the baby's face is splattered with blood? Not gonna question it. Okay. Well, the doors are sealed again. I'm gonna have to enable comments later, just after I fix my TV. See, my TV's got a... Do I have to climb up here again? God damn it. Anyway, my TV's got about an inch and a half cut off from the rest of the video, all the way around it, because it was factory default for some reason. And those stupid little 32-inch plasma screen TVs. That way I can actually see what you're commenting, because I got 20 comments right
My
now.
mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Basil.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
This? Our family history. Fact or
But
fiction?
it didn't last.
These schools, you know your
Beginning
family
of the end
history.
was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
I'll go around it. Anything interesting? Good scenery. Really good scenery. And I should have done better. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Door's sealed. This is really interesting. Model figures of architecture. Now that is really cool. I like this place. Alright, kid. What?
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
What? It's like a flip book, okay. And he disappeared forever.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Well, yeah. Seems we still got Lewis.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Which way? Let's try this way. No, it's too obvious. Never mind, we're going back that way. Man, you gotta love that scenery. Is that a hookah?
Lewis's room smelled very,
Oh,
very
yeah.
familiar.
Very,
That part of him lived on.
very familiar. Damn right. Institute of Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first
What?
noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Put it, yeah, and throw it, and
He
throw
kept
it.
working at the cannery. But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
smell like dead fish. No.
wander.
What? Okay. He's a 9th level mage wandering through
I asked him to describe
a maze.
He said he started small.
Oh, he's gonna
Imagining a
cut his
labyrinth.
damn hand on that. Ah!
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Don't cut your damn hand, Lewis. Oh, that's cool.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Fish! Oh, that's funny.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
The red carpet.
But he found something more.
Oh,
I
man.
worried about him then.
Just this way. I can't climb up that.
Daydreaming at the cannery.
It's getting more complex
spoke
to work
with
with
his
this
boss.
fish.
But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like
Yeah,
a
really
whole new
focused.
Lewis.
Oh, of course, he was
So
a
I
level
let him
9
go on.
mage.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Ooh, okay, that's a friend.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Hope. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Am I literally building? Or am I just continuing?
Then he made musicians.
Oh boy.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
Oh,
And he was
no.
always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him
Literally in the hand.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Weren't real.
were all in his imagination,
Yep.
so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor,
Huh.
and he won.
Ooh. He went down the pole just like Mario.
They begged him to stay. but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh my god.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Playing solo Dungeons and Dragons.
New Louisville.
No, I didn't crash the boat.
St. Louis.
What in the hell?
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Dang. Well.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
handsome queen. Yeah,
handsome
sure that
queen.
one. A handsome queen indeed. Until eventually you got sent to the insane asylum.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
Huh. Oh no! The fish!
He followed the sound of her
Electric guitar! That one.
electric sitar.
Oh, sitar, never mind. I read that wrong.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh my god.
He knew the world
Where's
was
the
within
blade?
his imagination.
No! They're bombarding me with fish! Help! Are you the handsome queen?
But he was so proud of it.
Oh, I thought I was about to have to grab it from
In his
my
own eyes,
imagination.
he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh no. Gonna need... Yeah. Yeah.
He began to forget the
Okay.
world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Mm-hmm. Bro.
I
What?
still thought I could save him. even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising. His queen waited, holding his crown.
No!
There was only one thing left to do.
Oh, god damn it.
Bend down his head.
Well, at least it's a handsome queen doing this.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That is a pretty tragic family history right there.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
What the hell is that? Oh, like the small styrofoam pieces?
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh boy.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around.
I was walking straight. Oh boy.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better.
And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you.
Kid.
And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was pretty cool. Good gameplay. Good gameplay. Oops. I wanted to see if I could skip the credits. But thank you all for watching. It was a great gameplay from what I was able to see. I love the artwork in this. And I'll probably start up another game sometime. And who doesn't love that gold trophy? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Do your own thing. And I'll see you guys in the next one.